Welcome to House Common Blood, where strangers are family. Every episode may contain graphic content, such as copious amounts of blood, unnecessary cursing, death of all ages, infantile to immortal, fantasy drug use, nudity, and perhaps mentions of sex, and sound effects of various qualities. We cannot stress enough that this is mature content with adult themes. You have been warned. Have a shockingly good day.
Aaliyah, how would you say you enter the room, like, checking all of these doors?
Eddie? No. I said, Eddie? No. Eddie? Where are you?
Oh, come on. You're letting all the good stuff out.
I apologize, but this is not the time. I need your help. We need to find Atticus, and I need to find Sear. She is in danger.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
Eddie, did Atticus say what color place he was going to?
I know he's going to the place with, like all the noble people, I guess, so...
But purple. I believe it's purple. Let's go.
What do you mean you lost her? How did you lose her? Find her! I want my toy. Where's my toy? You think you're clever, don't you? So be it. Hide. Hide in the shadows, like the rat you are. Just know, if you don't stop me, more people will die. There will be blood on your hands, too. You think a child is enough for you to intervene with my fun? I'll make it worse. I'll burn down houses. I'll kill families. Hope you're happy.
Pleasure to meet you. Who, might I say, are you?
Atticus Billingsley.
I'm sorry, you must be confused. I'm Atticus Billings. Who are you?
Shouts from his location. Like, dude, am I interrupting something? Eddie has cast Healing Word on you.
Samuel, if you end this now, I promise there will not be repercussions. But if you don't, Juliet has not eaten her dinner today, and she is getting quite peckish.
No consequences. There will be consequences if I don't have your head. Limerith is a very, very scary man.
It might be slime snoo for you.
I'm gonna chromatic orb and do fire damage.
Because he's gonna look at the guy fleeing and he's gonna be like, no, and cast Entangle.
I don't know what is happening, but we have to get Sear.
I think this is like Atticus trying out a new fetish and not working out.
I believe we were in the middle of a conversation as my gun's pressed against its temple.
The Butcher not only has control around ravines that can sense creatures around in his graveyard, but also he has a mother and father. It's surprising that he hasn't done it already, because he threatened to burn and destroy everything, but if he had that power, he would have done it. I will not let this go unnoticed. I will find you, and I will free you from your pain that you bring upon others.
Let's recount what happened last session. So essentially, Atticus went up to assimilate or tried to make connections with the nobles in the area, Sheam. And from that incident, he got ambushed by a trap of slimes. After being downed and nearly dying, he was rescued by Aaliyah and Eddie as they went to the estate. Meanwhile, Sear escaped what she assumed to be the Butcher, and he gave them a warning saying that if he can't have his toy, he'll burn down the town to find her. So I think I want to focus on Sear since we we ignored her for so long last session. Sear, before we begin, I want to ask you, what's your intentions behind what you're doing? Like, tell me what you're doing. What's your intentions? What you hope to achieve?
So, to be able to help Tandle the Butcher, maybe understand what he is, my intentions is to investigate the graveyard enough that I can get some info about him or about the city itself, and possibly be able to search for maybe physical evidence that can aid us.
Okay. So while the town is burning slightly from the torching, you're going to be researching the cemetery. All right, I got you. That is a very good question. Do me investigation, then make me an arcana.
This is why I say Flash of Geniuses. It's like investigation, a 14.
Nice. And then make me an arcana.
I was about to say natural 20. And I will do Flash of Genius, so that'll turn it into an 18.
Okay, an 18. So this is going to be a difficult one. I'm going to do one more thing. Make me one more investigation. This time, tell me if you give above I'm gonna make it a 17.
Flash of Genius, now it is a 19.
Okay, so this is what you discover, and you might wanna, I would recommend everyone read through our party notes, and this is something important that I think you guys would want to add to it. So, as you are examining the cemetery, you notice something weird. You see a grave, in fact, a set of graves, and they all have the same name. Although not a tombstone, it is a set of graves with the same name within a week of one another. And as you are looking at these graves, there is an open one, empty, with another name for it. And as your eyebrow raises, you investigate it further. Now, since the slave district or the green district is under a lot of turmoil, where would you say that Sear went to gather information from people?
So, when we went through the district together with Aluia, I think we went right into the heart of it. So right to the middle, where maybe we made it on the way towards there. That's when we encountered the butcher, so we didn't reach the center of the place.
Repeat that one more time. Tell me the color of the district.
Yeah. When we were heading on the green district, right? We were trying to head straight to the heart of it, and we might have been stopped partially by the butcher halfway. So I can even draw it and say, like, I'm going to use pink for this one. So we started there, and we went straight to the town square, but we might have been stopped there.
Yep, yes you did. And keep in mind, there are a couple fires at a couple of the houses. That's why I was asking you to pick a district. Alright. Yes. As fires are occurring, you hear rumor on the wind as people... Yes, You hear rumors on the wind as people say in disdain, the Abiku is at it again. You hear the word Abiku over and over and over again as people say it in hushed tones. Staring at the fires, not trying to put them out, trying to mind their distance. It seems like there's some kind of superstition. It seems like you're dealing with some kind of legend of sorts. I know that didn't seem like a lot of information, but that's all I'm going to give you for this investigation. Are you satisfied?
You know, funny enough, I am actually satisfied because I know exactly what an Abiku is.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Because I was doing research on stuff like this, and I sat there go like, I recognize that term.
Yep, yes.
And now I'm terrified of it because,
yeah.
But maybe that's what Sear kind of thinks of, going like, oh, I heard of this term.
Yes, that's exactly what goes into mind. And again, so you found open graves, and you know this creature can communicate with spirits. It's up to you to connect the dots in the game. So just to move back to the original party, what's your intentions? Are you guys going to be interrogating him, torturing him? What are you guys going to do with Samuel Cullingsworth?
I mean, it depends how the interrogation goes, I guess, to see whether torture is involved.
Yes. I'm going to say this one's going to be a hard one, because mainly I want to get to downtime if anyone's adverse to it. So where would you guys be sleeping? Are you guys claiming Samuel's house, or are you going to be sleeping in the Red District?
Well, this seems like a nice and lavish headquarters temporarily.
Yes. And I assume, Aluya, since, with your, worry about Sear, I assume you try to find her, or find them? Aluya?
Yes, I would prefer if we all were at least together before we took some sort of rest.
Yes. And you can absolutely do that. So, yeah. Let's see. Atticus? Aluya. Do you like odds or evens?
I'm gonna leave it to Atticus.
Yeah, let's go odds.
You go odds. Aluya, you're evens. One of you roll me a 1d4.
I'll roll.
Okay. And you spelt it correctly, Moo. Goddamn.
Spelled what correctly?
Abiku.
I wrote it.
Oh, you did. Good job. Aluya, also good job. You rolled a 4. Alright, well, since it landed on your good number, let's talk to Atticus for a moment. Atticus?
I guess my sickness will play in well with this since Atticus is nearly dead. Probably coughing up blood.
Atticus, tell me, as you rest, what flashes through your head? What childhood memories do we see?
So as Atticus is sleeping, he kind of opens his eyes and it's darkness, but not an unfamiliar darkness. Before kind of reminds him of his home, but instead of the cold air, it's slightly warm. Instead of the hard rock beneath his feet, it's kind of squishy. And as he looks around, he just feels this overwhelming darkness and a fear pressing on him. And he just hears a voice in the darkness saying, "The time approaches," and in a flash he sees Juliet whimper. He looks down and he's a child. He looks up and he just feels something crawling into his mind, and then it goes to darkness again.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So when I gave you guys a full month to finish your objectives, I need to clarify in mechanical terms. You're gonna have 4 in-game days to do so. The time in between is going to be your downtimes, and you are going to spend it however you desire to try to achieve your goal. This is to add a little bit more of a pressing, basically to press things along to make time a little bit more scary. As Mega and John in the audience knows, I have a problem with time, so this is going to move things along a bit, where a week's not going to last us a year. So I think I'm going to go down in the order. Again, Sear, since we ignored you for so long last time, tell me, give me 6 actions that you do.
Okay, so you mean like in general, like what I would do right now?
Yeah, yes, within 6 days. Just give me an action for each day. 6.
Alright, so I'm gonna say the first action, priority-wise, regroup with the party after, coming up together with the idea and investigating an Abiku is. Since Sear might already know what it is, but she might try to investigate what bounds them to the realm and what can, banish them back to their reality.
Yeah, and again, I think a different approach I want to take, and I think it would have been smarter, is I'll go over each person each day. That sounds more appropriate than focusing on someone for 6 days. Yes, you're going to be focusing on the Abiku.
Yeah, because if they're roaming about, I doubt this is the only spot they'll stop roaming about at, unless it's the closest thing to it, and that's why they get a lot. So it'd help,
Yeah, tell me your approach to this. Do you want to make a history check for more information? What's your angle here?
I would actually try to investigate the nature behind it, because while I could try to remember how they're usually taken down of, it might mean that we might play against, basically dance around this scary, scary dude. So try to investigate their weaknesses. Maybe ask people what they've noticed he avoids. Where does he go? What places does he not like going to?
It sounds like you want to make another investigation check. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. For this, if you're trying to figure out weaknesses, I think the DC would be, here's what I'll give you. If you give me, I'm going to give you the same way we did the shackles. At 25, I'll tell you a critical weakness of his. At 20, I'll give you a very good clue. At 15, I'll give you a lead. How does that sound?
Let's give it a shot.
All right, what did you get? 25.
Exactly 25.
Holy shit. Okay, so this is what you know. An Abiku is known to have, how do I want to explain this? An Abiku is known for a fairly weird phoenix cycle. Essentially, it is a child spirit that inhabits a unborn child, and when it is born, it lives his life through a pact with the afterlife, and the pact usually has a stipulation where they're allotted an amount of time where they could live. But they're tricky bastards. They killed themselves before the time's up so they can stay in the real world, in the world of the living, for essentially like a pseudo-immortality, basically a fucked up cycle. Now, towards the weakness, there are two critical ones with the Abiku. I'm gonna ask you, Sear, would you like to know the first weakness or the second weakness?
I would love to know the first.
Okay, so you know that the Abiku has one critical weakness, and it is the only way to deal with the Abiku is to either make it break its sacred oath or speak its sealed words. And that's all I'll give you. It was a very good day. And the very unfortunate part, Sear, is this thing has marked you.
I mean, while that is unfortunate, as you can think about it, who hasn't?
Okay, that was a pretty good day for you, Sear. Atticus, I'm very curious. So what are you doing today? Are you going to be interrogating Samuel?
Well, first, because timing, I'm going to send out word to the families that one of family Exultria has actively ordered the death of a different family member.
Okay. Tell me, how are you sending word?
Well, the servant knew of the families, so I imagine there's some family influence there. And so I'm going to try and find messengers and stuff. Like I've got a day to kind of figure out how to send a message. So
okay. So you're going to spend the day to try to send a message, and it will actually take a day. I want you to make me an investigation check. Even with that low roll, you don't notice any couriers in town at all. And it's not because of a poor roll. Like, there are no couriers in town. Something doesn't feel right.
Can I send Juliet to kind of fly up in the air and kind of look around the outskirts too? If there's anything outside the walls.
Okay. The moment she goes over the wall, Juliet is killed. I want you guys to imagine the scene. As this dragon flies over this wall, the stones shift and a tendril comes out, much like the scene with Atticus fighting Samuel, where the room began to melt. These stones begin to melt and become gelatin-like and just go out like a spear, shooting towards Juliet's heart, killing her and bringing her down. Yeah, something's wrong here.
Just fucking...
I'm gonna end you at this point because you got a lot of useful information from this.
Just real quick, I'm assuming this also means I can take a long rest.
Yes, yeah. If anyone hasn't, you can take a long rest. This is gonna be your downtime. Aluya, what are you doing?
Once fully rested and we've kind of collected ourselves, seeing that everyone has like a major task and gathering information, I want to focus on our manacles and try to gauge what this other group is up to or what they've accomplished.
I'll give you one or the other. You can either investigate the shackles or investigate the other group because they're doing some stuff.
I'll go for the other group.
Okay, make me an investigation check.
I will guidance myself.
Sounds good. And I'm going to say right now that you are not near Sear, so you don't get the benefits of Flash of Genius. All you know is that there are fires happening in the Green District. With what was that, a 12? Yes. With guidance. You know that fires have been happening. And in particular, someone has killed the apothecary in town. That's all the information I can give you for what's happening today. Whether or not it's connected to the other group, that's up for you to decide. All right, Mega, what do you do?
Excuse me for living.
Okay, shut the hell up. As I say, shut the hell up. Tell me what you're doing.
I don't know, Gray. I feel like I'm getting mixed messages here. You know, like, why can't guys just tell me straight what they want?
If you were within ball kicking distance, I would fucking do it.
So, well, you know what? It's like, I feel like this is a situation where my day's kind of decided for me because while Eddie is very, laid back, he does not have the memory of a goldfish. So, he's going to make his way back to the red light district to check up on some, kid?
Yeah.
That was just sort of like left.
Yeah.
left in a drug den.
Yeah, just like mostly just like he didn't really get an explanation for why a kid was left when he was grabbed, so it's like,
Yeah.
does he have like parents?
Yeah, you talk to Street Rat, and yes, since I don't believe you ever asked for his name is Street Rat. The drug dealer that you talked to before. Street Rat basically tells you that the child was sent to child services, since that was a thing that you guys decided on. So, yes, the blind child is at basically like a center run by some very old ladies. If you want to investigate that further, we can spend that as your action, or you can do something else.
Yeah, no, he might as well, because like it's like why not? Honestly, Eddie's great around children.
Yeah, so
he's fluffy and not scary. Well, Eddie is not scary, but Eddie maybe.
Yeah, so you end up going to the center, and Eddie, since you're the main pitch behind this, what would the name of the building be?
I would say maybe the name of the place could be Open Heart Homes.
Open Heart Homes, yes. And the lead caretaker is a woman with, I would say her hair is the equivalent of, pine needles and branches, essentially. So imagine this woman with like a conish kind of hair and a green needle. Yeah, green needle, conish like hair. And as you come in, you see the children playing around, but the blind child that Louis brought in is in the corner, hugging his knees, rocking back and forth. And you see the old lady just greet you going, "Why, hello, Sonny!"
Hello?
What was the name of this place again? Open Hearts Center? Or what was it?
I mean, I called it Open Heart Homes, but like...
Open Heart Homes.
Center.
Yeah.
But it depends on whether you want to call this a center or a home.
Yeah. Welcome to Open Hearts Homes. We have quite the home here. And she just motions around. It does look very homely. Like, it seems like a wood cabin. There's a hearth. And she just says, "This is where all the children come to. Are you lost, child?" Thinking that you are indeed an orphan.
No, I know where I am.
Oh.
I think. Just like briefly like walks out real quick, double checks the sign on the door. Right, yeah. Walks back in.
Yes. And as you check in on the child, I think I actually want to play this out a little bit more. You just see the child like rocking back and forth, just saying, "Mommy, where are you, Mommy? Where are you? Why won't you pick me up? Pick me up."
You just say, "Hey, little dude."
He looks towards you, but again, since he's blind, it's not exact. He doesn't look at you. He maybe rubs like tears from his eyes and just goes, "Who are you? Are you a friend of Mommy?"
Nah, I don't think I know your mom, but I'm Eddie.
And I think he says back to you, "Eddie? That's funny." Just starts to giggle. "That's funny." And begins to rock a little bit more. As he stares at the ground, he says, "My name's also Eddie."
Dude, radical. Like, name jinx?
Yeah, and as you're having this moment and talking with the child, I think he begins to warm up to you. I kind of want to imagine a scene where you're playing together. Maybe he's going underneath your legs, maybe like hanging off your arms after a couple hours. But go right ahead if there's anything you want to add to that before I go on.
I'm just saying, like, maybe even like lets him like huggle his snuggle beast for a bit. It's like really soft. But
yeah, you see him basically like hugging a blanket of a Tarrasque. But yes, you do learn one thing, is that the kid is unfortunately suffering from an infection. Eddie doesn't really understand too much about it, besides the fact that the child needs a concentrate of a medicine. The only unfortunate part with you, more than likely, I'm going to assume that this is a shared pool of information that you guys shared at the end of the day. With the apothecary dying, it's a bit of an issue. It's not a easy concentrate to be made. In fact, you have to leave town and travel deep into the woods to make it. Unfortunately, with what Atticus learned and Aluya learned, it seems like dire straits with no apothecary apothecary and essentially no way of leaving town. It doesn't sound like this kid has long. And I think after you learn that, maybe talking to caretaker or, the old lady, I think the kid hugs your leg and does the thing, where they drop down, butt first on the ground, wrapping around your leg, and you kind of drag them a bit. Yeah, and he just says, Eddie, you're gonna come back, right?
Yeah, I'll come back and visit, little dude.
Thank you, Eddie. And nuzzles his nose and forehead into your pant leg.
Mm-hmm. You're softer than I thought you'd be.
Yeah, alright. That ends the first day. Let's go off to the second day. Sear, with everything you've learned, what do you do?
Alright, now that the party kind of knows more about the Abiku, I don't know, do you think Eddie would have talked to Sear about the little kid's infection? Because if the apothecary is dead, probably Sear would step up on that one, since it probably is her fault.
I feel like this is a situation where Eddie would have shared, if for no other reason than maybe slightly, lightly, not so lightly guilt-tripping Aluya. Just a little bit.
Repeat that, Aluya.
That stings, dude, in the heart.
Alright, so, Sear, what do you do with this information?
First, I will investigate the kid and their infection, and second, find the old apothecary's location where he was, he made his station, and see if I can take over for a bit to help out with the infection, since Sear is also a doctor and an apothecary.
Yeah, do me, let's see. What would be good for looking at a disease? Would that be survival or investigation again?
How about detect poison and disease as a ritual?
Mm-hmm.
I could cast his ritual and then I could just see what it is, identify stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow that. Make sure to post a spell in chat, please.
I thought I did. It just didn't go off yet.
Okay.
Unless this child's made of 3 feet of wood, I'll be surprised.
Didn't know he was a lead boy. His skin is lead.
Oh no.
Damn it, we weren't supposed to know they were in Earth Genasi yet.
Yeah. And again, Sear, I'm going to take this as your full day. So as you're looking into the child, this is a little bit more severe than you thought it was. This isn't no ordinary infection. This is an infection with the soul. This is something more than a simple disease. You recognize this. It's very strange. This is called Rauchraqeb. This is a very... Honestly, you didn't know that this was still around. This is a disease you've read in history books. This is what plagued some of the oldest civilizations out there. From what you understand, can you make me a history check so I can give you a little bit more information?
Sure. Flash of genius.
Okay.
22.
Okay, so you know that Rauchraqeb is a disease that fell a ancient empire. Although the name is lost to history, this disease was thought to have killed souls, to erase people as it slowly infected them. Well, it's hard to say what is legend and what is history. It could just be, over-exaggeration with how deadly the disease was. But through, I would assume you would have cast a lesser restoration or something of the sort.
Correct.
That does nothing here. And that's what raises your eyebrow a bit. This appears to be something severe. Now, whether or not it actually does kill the soul is another question. But you know that this is something more than a simple infection, a disease. And looking into what the apothecary might have had, you might be able to gather why this kid needs a medicine concentrate, or a concentrated medicine. Make sure to write that down. I'm gonna move on, Sear. Let's go to Atticus. What do you do for the day? Do you interrogate or do you do something else?
I'm gonna start interrogating.
Alright. How would you go about this? We make intimidation checks? Are you actually breaking his legs? Are you trying to persuade him what's happening?
Atticus doesn't resort to such barbaric things so quickly. He's got a certain proficiency that I think lends itself to interrogation.
Alright, and okay.
He's gonna pull out his box of toys. His poisoner's kit, and start mixing up some things that might make him more incentivized to tell him what he wants to know.
Alright, for this, roll me a... what the fuck do I even want to roll for, how could you make a poison?
Wisdom with my tool proficiency?
That sounds about right. roll that, and I'm gonna make a contest against that, a Constitution test. See how well the poison fucks with them.
And I'm gonna put some guidance.
All right, great, Ed. Yeah, do your guidance.
And then also plus my proficiency bonus,
which is
3.
And what's the total?
12.
Okay, 18. So your first round of poisoning isn't too effective. You don't give too much information other than what you know. That Thimreth Exultria is in town, and somehow he has a grip on the city. Other than that, unfortunately, I'm going to say, unless you keep attempting this, you're not going to get useful information from today. I'm sorry.
I mean, I will keep attempting it, but so can I?
I basically I'm gonna like I did with everyone else. We're gonna have an ability check for the day since we're going over 6 days.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. But then when you said unless you keep attempting it, so that's why I was confused.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to re-emphasize that even though you failed, he does have useful information. You just didn't get it out of him yet.
I'm gonna have Juliet drool on his food before I give it to him.
Oh, that's sick. I love that scene. Like the way I imagine it is, what celebrity did you cast as your character?
I loosely did, but I didn't really.
Tell me the celebrity.
Chris Pratt.
Okay, Chris Pratt. I like the idea of Chris Pratt in the safari getup as you're mixing poisons together in a vial, and like Samuel, this noble, tied to a chair with like a Juliet coiling around him like a snake, like right behind him, drooling on a open plate that you're giving him.
Hey, Atticus, I've been hearing a lot of like screaming and moaning at night. Like, you could do whatever you want, but like, at least invite me next time.
Eddie, you know you're always welcome.
Chill.
All right, Aluya, what are you doing for the second day?
I'm gonna focus on the manacles on the neck.
Ooh, all right. Make me a... What did I have you guys roll last time? It was an Arcana, wasn't it? So yes, I'll have you roll the same thing. Arcana, same DCs as before.
I'll guidance if I fail.
Yeah, and again, no one can assist you while everyone's doing their thing. 14. Do your guidance. You know that the collar is enchanted with some sort of variant on a spell from the School of Necromancy. And with that, if everyone remembers correctly, I set up a clock for Sear. It was when she was examining and experimenting with the shackles with the witch doctor. She filled out one of the widgets out of 8. I'm gonna go from 1 to 2 on that, just to give you guys a sense of progression. All right, Eddie, day 2, what are you doing?
You know, I think after finding out that you can't leave, Eddie is going to test the extent of that.
Okay, how do you test it?
He's going to test it with Eddie.
Okay. Go in detail. What do you do?
So I think like getting as getting as close as he can to the the main entrance of the city without actually leaving. He is going to have like Eddie venture beyond the city limit.
And your echo's not considered a creature; it's a magical object. Is that correct?
Yep.
Nothing happens to Eddie. Do you want to swap?
That is the tough one.
I like it. I think you should swap.
I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else that he could use to test this that doesn't involve using a person as a sacrificial lamb.
Could have Eddie throw one of the slaves out there and see what happens.
Well, that being said, as you're experimenting with the gate, you do see someone coming in. And that person, dressed in black, looking like Steve Buscemi, is Jean Laban as he walks through the gate and cocks his head back going, Eddie, what might I say are you doing?
Oh, didn't you hear?
Hear what, Eddie?
The people here can't actually, leave? Because I guess people get, killed if you do?
Eddie, that's absolute nonsense. I've went through this gate numerous times that there's no such thing that happens.
Just going to, he kind of gestures a thumb over at the floating Eddie.
Mm.
Eddie can do that too, but that's because, Eddie's not a person.
Is that so? And he cocks an eyebrow and probably crosses his arm and tapping his index finger on his forearm like a annoyed teacher. Not a creature, you say?
Brr. And he just roasted him.
Yeah. I know.
It's like, have you ever had, like, just kind of like thinks on it for a moment, like bodyguards?
Are you asking if he has bodyguards, or
No, it's like literally like the concept of a bodyguard.
has he heard of the concept of a bodyguard?
Yeah, that is how he is asking. He is not assuming any knowledge.
Yeah. Okay, first off, fuck you, because I remember that. He shakes his head and maybe rubs the back of his head where he was hit by a hammer at one point in his life. And he says plainly, I am far too powerful to waste my time with common people trying to pretend like they're guarding me. But yes, I assume, like, Mega, the player, you've gotten some fairly useful information out of this. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Oh, I assume that they were having a conversation. But, I mean, like, Eddie would just respond like, Eddie's kind of like my bodyguard, but he's also like my body. It's weird. But you know what? Eddie's my best friend.
So, Gene is going to be exactly like me at the moment. He is speechless. He doesn't know what the fuck to say to that. You see his mouth open and close a couple times and open again as he says, right. Make sure that you stay on guard and you do as you're told. And he strolls into town.
Weird.
Anything else you'd like to do for the gate before I move on?
Here's a thought. Eddie is going to see if he can find any bugs.
Any bugs, you say? Are you checking specifically at the gate?
Yeah, around the gate.
Yeah, you notice something peculiar. The ants do not cross the gate. In fact, they act like there's an invisible wall.
I think Eddie would spend the rest of the day trying to see if he can find bugs in the city. Or just really any wildlife.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean by wildlife, animals.
Yes. Can I reserve that search for tomorrow?
Sure.
Alright. So we're going to be going on day 3. So I wanted to talk about something. So what food do you guys have on hand? Because I know I need to amend something. I know, Louis, I told you in private, but there are no rations in town. There is a butcher shop, but it seems to be always closed.
I have an unlimited supply of good berries.
Okay. What do you need for a good berry? Component pouch and all that?
Yeah, but I bought first of all, I have my rifle, which is made out of dead wood, and I bought some more dead wood, so
okay.
I have
then I'll allow
focus.
that. Yeah, you guys are eating good on good berries. And again, like, there is no food in town. Alright. So, what are we on? Day 3? Well, technically day 4, but day 3 of downtime. Alright, Sear, start us off again. What are you doing for day 3?
Did I already investigate the apothecary or no?
No, you did not.
Alright, so it seems like Sear might be the only person that can possibly do it right off the bat. She will go to the apothecary's place if it's closed, kind of like,
The door is off its hinges, and there's shattered glass and dried blood on the wood.
Huh, someone really opened that door too hard.
Yeah. Looking around the place, you see the head of the apothecary on a pike. Make me a history check.
Hi. Flash of genius?
Right at
19.
Your heart drops thinking about this. You've heard of this. This is a very... You know this as a signature of a specific individual. And thinking about this, you're not sure why it didn't click earlier, but there was said to be a war chief that would love to put his enemies' heads on pikes. Granted, it's common around some barbaric tribes, but he would have heaps and stacks of heads, and he would order people to put them all on pikes. A hobgoblin, a chieftain. You know him as Elzar, the person in the opposing group.
Ah, fucked up. He just killed the apothecary. Why?
Yep, that's the question. Why? What would you like to do? Since I made you make that check, I'll allow you to have one action. You came to the apothecary. What are you trying to achieve here?
I will go through their ingredients and notes if they were not taken or ruined to investigate the disease we currently have or have more knowledge on other diseases that are affecting this town so that Sear can effectively help eliminate it or alleviate it.
Also, just, you said that Sear knows the disease. I forgot. Did we mention if it was contagious?
That too.
That's a very important thing. Yes, it is contagious, but how high was that roll again?
From my last roll?
Yeah.
It was a spell to detect the disease, like to know the disease.
It was just a straight spell. I kind of
Yeah, I'm
bypassed
sorry.
it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, sorry. That was me not reading text thoroughly. Yes, it is contagious by touch, which brings up a very important thing. Eddie, can you please make me a Constitution save?
12.
Well, Eddie, you're fine. Good, great.
I don't like when he's that great.
Yeah. So, with that roll, I think, Eddie, not to switch focus onto you, you just do notice that Eddie is hovering around you a little bit more. He's a little too close nowadays, more than usual. I assume you guys shared that information, so yes, you guys do know that it is contagious by contact. You know what? Aluya, I forgot about something. You grabbed the child, didn't you?
I did.
Make me con.
I will guidance.
Guidance doesn't affect saving throws.
I was gonna say a saving throw. That got a little too excited with that.
Does she also get a +2 for killing orphans?
No. What was the roll?
12.
You're fine. Great. But Sear, swiveling back to you. You're looking for notes. Can you make me an investigation check?
Sure, I got this all the time. Would it be allowed if I could cast Enhance Ability to make sure
Go
I
right
get
ahead.
a lot of things?
Absolutely. Yeah,
All
absolutely.
right, investigation with advantage. Oh my god, I needed that. Flash of Genius. 17. Oh shit.
Okay. Yes, you do find it. You find his journal. And here's the thing. With this specific disease, the disease is Rauchraqeb. Going through his notes, you can see like citations to like history books. And within it, you do see an ingredient list. You see 3 important ingredients, and one is smeared. The first one is the blood of a spirit. The second one is the flesh of the recently dead. The third one, don't know what it is.
Okay. My guess with it is that I'm going to have to tinker a bit and see in the past books that he cited. So basically, it might be another day where I might have to research, but I might have to like go through the books that he set up because I might be able to find the third by a process of elimination. And if not, I'll have to find someone that, seen him bring supplies.
Yeah. So with that in mind, we're going to move on. John, are you interrogating?
Yeah.
All right, let's make a contested roll. I rolled a 12. Wow. You got anything for that? There we go.
Well, that actually was a 13 plus 4 is a 17.
Okay. 12 versus 17, I lose. So, describe the scene a little bit as you're basically interrogating him.
I think this time he also pulls in Juliet's help as she's in her poison form, takes some of her venom and mixes it with some ingredients he's familiar with, so like mushrooms and other plants he's found around. As he grinds them up, he's just talking calmly to the guy, asking him how he enjoyed his meal yesterday.
And before you go on, this is the way I'm going to do this. Again, just because you succeed at one doesn't mean this is over. I'll allow you one question for today. What would that question be?
It'd be weird to find the Exultria.
And as you say that, I think his eyes dart off to the side, to a window, perhaps. And looking out the window, you see the Yell District, a big circus tent that fills your vision. You could extrapolate that, even though he didn't want to say it, show it, it appears your prey is in the tent.
They always like a show.
And if that's okay with you, we're going to move on. Aluya, what would you like to do?
Sorry, I was trying to type. And we just have the 2 at the feet, right? I'm gonna focus on the right ankle shackle.
As you're looking at the shackle, today you're having an off day. It's getting harder to see. Your vision's a little bit more blurry. It's blurry, and you blink a few times, rub your eyes, and it's normal. You can see again. You're looking at the right shackle on the ankle. Can you please make me a Arcana check? And yes, you can use guidance. Wow. Let's see that guidance. Okay. Again, 15 was a school of magic. 20 was the spell, and 25 was the flaw. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Such shitty memory. Alright, let's look at that shackle on the right foot. Okay, so you know that the spell that's enchanted on the right ankle is a variant of the spell teleportation. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to give you more information than that. I think I'll give you a little bit. I guess I'll tell you the purpose, but not the flaw. The purpose of the spell is to keep the shackles binded to each person. So whenever you you move around with the amount of spells and enchantments, you could see that one of the problems that these shackles used to have was when people would misty step or use Dimension Door, that the shackles wouldn't follow. But it seems like this is one of the fixes for it, where these shackles would follow a person. And yes, I am aware with those spells you don't lose your equipment when you move, but this was a original flaw with the shackles in combination.
Okay, that works for me.
All right, make sure to keep that down. Eddie, it is your turn. You're coughing today.
I think at the very least Eddie would make do on his promise to visit Eddie today. But
are you telling
otherwise,
me? Are you telling me Eddie and Eddie is going to visit Eddie?
Yes.
Ed and Eddie? Yes, go on.
But after doing that, I would make good on what I said I would do on this particular day, in that he would be looking around for like bugs, animals, or other kinds of life besides people.
Yeah, I won't even give you an investigation check with that. As you're looking around, you don't see any anthills on the ground as you're walking the grass of the town. You don't see any birds. You don't see any dogs, cats, no stray animals. You see no bugs. Yes. If it's all right with you, I'd like to move on a bit because we still have a few days to go through.
I mean, I feel like information would probably be shared at the end of this particular day, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah, if you want, it's the end of the third day in the middle of the week. I think how I'll do it is in the middle of the week I'll have a little role play between characters. So if you guys want to, you guys are all gathered up at the Collingsworth estate. Go right ahead if there's anything you want to share, but I'm going to keep it limited to about around 10, maybe 15 minutes.
So, our prisoner has finally offered up some useful information. Seems like the man likely behind this is living in that tent over there.
You know what? I heard some freaky stuff was happening at that tent too a few days ago. Street Rat said there was some Duke guy, but he said it was he kept saying over and over it wasn't right what they were doing to him. He didn't specify, but it seems there might be some stuff happening there.
Be worth examining.
Problem is that we're also might be on the clock for that Street Rat, and I say this just because, based off of my investigations, we're dealing with a disease that has resurged here that seems to be rather potent and dangerous.
And just to clarify, when she says Street Rat, she means the orphan, not Street Rat, the drug dealer.
Right.
Correct, thank you.
Yes, go on.
Now, I am trying to see if I can recreate it here, since the apothecary was killed by, an oaf of a hobgoblin over, kind of pointing in a direction, in random directions, the one that was with the group that's competing against us. He seemed to just cause more issues than investigating. He slayed the apothecary, and now the disease that is ravaging the city is unknown to us, except me. Now, I did figure something out that might help us lead our way to the cure, but it does mean we have to head to another direction. The Abiku, we might actually need him alive, or he actually might have one of the ingredients for the cure, and then we could just visit the graveyard and sadly pilfer through the dead, for they might also have the cure ingredient. But I need more research because the last one's unknown to me, and I don't think we want to experiment.
So I've been doing a bit of experimenting. No, not that one, the other one.
Sorry, you're gonna say something, Atticus?
I was just gonna say, yes, how are the drugs in this town?
Yeah, no, like I said, the other one. But I've been trying to see if because you said Juliet was killed trying to leave.
Well, that is correct. She was struck down.
Yeah, so I guess something that's not alive or a creature or whatever, nothing like it can actually leave. And I think all the animals and the bugs know it too, because there's not a single one in the whole city.
Does it have to be not alive to go pass through?
I'm not really sure, because Eddie can go through it, and so can that Gene guy, but that seems really weird though.
If that's true, there is hope for us maybe to investigate outside, but it requires a rather pricey gem, since I had to leave it behind. If you could find me a gem worth 100 gold, I could create Rascal, and they can investigate out, since they are not alive but a construct.
While we were in that fancy mansion with the blobs, Atticus, do you think maybe Fancy Pants had something?
Well, we're here right now, so we might as well look around.
I was waiting for that.
Oh, we're in the mansion. Sorry.
Yeah, no, Atticus established that as the headquarters for now. He just took over the fucking home.
Okay, I am the captain now, is what he did. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, my vision's kind of fuzzy today, so I couldn't recognize what was going on here.
Yes, and do we find anything like that in this very rich man's house?
Yeah, I see where you're pointing towards. That being said, I think we should go over the magic items and list them off really quick just so the audience knows.
Yeah, did we kind of, I guess, came to a consensus of who's getting what right now?
Okay, just to go through it really quick, we have the Ether Spear, we have runic ammunition, you have Peppermint's Sugar Bombs, and you have a Snuggle Beast, the Trask version. I'll go over the details of each one of these whenever they come up. I don't see the need to do a quick info dump.
Yeah, but just to clarify who has what, I think we agreed that Aaliyah has the spear, Eddie has the Snuggle Beast, and then I have the ammo and Peppermint.
Any conflicts with that?
No.
All right.
No.
That's settled. Yes, I'll give it to you. Again, it was a deadly encounter.
And it would be the worst noble ever if he didn't have a measly 100 gold gem lying around.
I mean, if he has a few, I don't plan to sell them either above table. I plan to collect them so that if I ever lose Rascal again, I could just bring them back, since they are very useful.
If that's the case, you find one for sure. Make me an investigation check at advantage with everyone's help.
Guidance.
Flash of genius.
Yeah, I figured.
Enhance ability, too.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. You already have advantage.
Double advantage! Triple advantage! Oh, you want me to roll it?
Yes, roll it, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Natural 20!
Yeah, I was gonna make you roll 1d4, but you just find 4. 4 total.
This will be very useful. I think I will create Rascal as soon as I can. And Eddie, I will send Rascal with you if you need them to investigate with you. I won't be able to travel too much until I could find the third ingredient in the listings.
So, has anyone been okay with their eyes? Do I have allergies? I don't know. I might need glasses.
Would you like me to check you up?
Oh, yes.
I'm very thorough, so don't mind me.
All right.
Detect poison and disease.
Shoves her tongue down her throat.
So, yeah, you know that it's spreading. Yes, you know that this is Rauchraqeb. This is a bit frightening because you don't, again, with detect disease, you do know that it will eventually take away her sight. What else was there with us, that fucking spell?
I'll post it.
Okay, what kind of poisonous creature, or disease it is? Yeah, you can identify it.
I was afraid of this. Do I also see on Eddie?
Yes, I'll give it to you.
So, I need you to remain calm, both of you. But sadly, that child must have spread the affliction to you both.
Now, isn't that child also at a crowded orphanage? And wasn't he also taken there by a drug dealer that may have touched him as well?
Indeed, and the problem is that even if we had the child not anywhere, we all would have eventually been, afflicted. But that does mean one thing. I need to work faster.
I thought you were going to say that I did this to everyone. I let the little scamp live, and now his yucky germs, his cooties is getting everywhere.
I will never judge you, Aaliyah, for your kind-heartedness. I would have done the same if I had the capabilities of you.
I didn't want to say anything, but...
I know, it's like the well situation all over again. I'm so sorry.
Well, the difference is now that we know, it means then I think our priorities have changed, but we need to figure this out now. Do we go after the Duke and figure out what's going on with them because we might be able to leave the town? Or B, do we go after the butcher and guarantee one of the ingredients?
If it's really as bad as you say it is, I think we should try to make it so that we can at least leave in case we need to find something. Maybe even that third ingredient.
I think that's fair because I'll have to investigate the ingredient here still anyway. And it was already confirmed the apothecary had to leave to get that ingredient. So definitely visiting the Duke or around where he's at might help, but I might have to deter you from touching or being near people, Eddie and Luya.
Quick question. Does Sear see the infection on other Eddie?
Other Eddie? Are you sick? Off coffin turn.
So I'm gonna cut the scene there, and we're gonna get back to downtime. Was there did you guys confirm how you guys were going to spend the rest of your couple days?
I think so, because now we have a direction that we need to go, mainly because, well, 2 people are on a time clock now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess, I guess Sear goes first. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Sear, what do you do for your day? For day 4, technically day 5, you guys have been in town, but day 4 of downtime.
So, first off, Rascal is back to life.
Mm-hmm.
And I will hand it to Eddie and give the command to Rascal to aid Eddie in all his tasks that he requests.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes weird, rusty noises. And there you go.
All right.
But I will continue investigating the apothecary to find what that third ingredient is through the records he already developed.
All right. Repeat one more time. How are you going about this? Going back to the apothecary, and you're going through his notes to see if you can extrapolate what the third ingredient might be?
Correct, because if he had like a book where he bought stuff, if he had anything that would indicate a third ingredient, that would help, because he had to do research. It sounded like he's a well-established apothecary, so it seems like he might have a good paper trail.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Enhance ability.
Yes, and I'm just trying to think. No, I won't even give you a check, but I will take your day for this action, if you will.
That is fine with me.
You see Street Rat at the door, the drug dealer that was snuggling up with Eddie, and he just goes, Hey, you know where the man is? Like, shit's all crazy in here. What the fuck happened here? It looks like a... And he looks inside, and he goes, oh. He just starts to throw up near the entrance.
I'm sorry you had to see that. I just didn't want to mess with stuff so that I don't make the ire of an enemy in this city. Seems as if he didn't care for the city and just ruined your connection since, well, he's dead. Pointed to the head.
Yeah. He wipes his mouth with the back of his wrist, and he just goes, shit, man, like, he was supposed to buy my shit. What the hell? And starts scratching his head.
Wait.
Fuck.
Wait. What do you mean he buys from you?
Oh, yeah. And he looks side to side. Before we talk, you cool? You're not a guard, are you? You know, if you're a guard, you have to tell me if you're a guard.
I am your last hope before the city starts to fall apart.
Yeah.
And also, I am not a guard.
Mm-hmm. Well, he opens up his bag, and you see a bag of... remind me, Eddie. Was it ground up, or did you leave it in its original shape?
Oh, it's he would have first given from his own supply, so he would have had the ground up version.
Yeah. So you see ground up mushroom in a bag, and he just goes, "Yeah, man. He loves buying mindfuck. Can't get enough. I thought a man like him, he'd make stuff, hell of a lot better. Like shit, man. Like I've seen tablets from him that make you see into the fourth dimension and shit, but apparently he likes him some mindfuck."
Did he ever tell you why he needed the supply? Because I think if he had a good reason, this might be the thing we might be looking for.
I would be able to tell you, if did it together, but nah, the guy's stingy and so weird too, usually if you want to have the fun, you gotta share it with a friend, but nah, for some reason he didn't have no friends, he wasn't doing it with another person. It's weird, man. That's not the way you're supposed to do mindfuck.
Where do you find mindfuck?
Oh, where don't you find mindfuck? Starts laughing. Yes. At this point, again, I'm gonna defer to Mega. Where do you commonly find this mushroom? He just goes, you know how you usually get this shit. It's from a friend of a friend, man. You just gotta know people.
I get that, but I'm asking if specifically, how is it processed and harvested?
I don't know that shit. This stuff usually either comes up with a mushroom or comes up ground up.
Want me to tell you something then that might help me get your aid a bit more? Because what I'm talking about is that there is a city-wide infection that might be occurring right now. One that can cause many issues such as loss of sight.
Have you gone down to the Red District? There's so many diseases you could breathe in the air.
Right, but this one will kill everybody.
I got gonorrhea on the way here, and I was just walking.
Again, I think I'll end it at this point just because you're getting blood from a stone. Again, when you guys regroup after the next day, I'm gonna say that, obviously Eddie would have an interest in your topic.
Good to know.
Yes. I mean, like I said before, he's showing you the same thing that Eddie gave him. Yes, Atticus, what are you doing?
Since now, after discussing this, Atticus, I think his prey will stay where it is, and now he's going to start going and trying to hunt down the other guy, the one that might have ingredients to the cure.
Who might that be?
The one that was hunting Sear and Aluya.
Oh, the Abiku.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah. Sorry, like I said, I'm kind of got a mind fog today.
Yeah.
So, I imagine Atticus is, kind of sneakily scouting across the rooftops with his rifle, looking down and hunting him as Juliet's kind of circling in the sky. They're both kind of looking around.
Yeah. Okay, so you're not looking for an encounter, you're just trying to find his location?
Yeah, just kind of set it, since he is a hunter, he, finds his prey, finds what they do, where to set up the ambush type of thing. So right now he's just gathering info.
Okay, make an investigation and I'll contest it with stealth from him.
Can I do wisdom with the investigation since he's using his, hunting knowledge?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not rolled good at all. So that would be a 7 plus guidance.
No, I think I accidentally did saving throw. Was that a saving throw? No, he just got nat 20 with dexterity. Okay.
Since I've got Juliet helping me, do I get advantage?
Not after that. That was god-awful. I'm sorry, I'm usually lenient, but you've rolled like fucking shit. So,
I guess I rolled 1 that was been over a 5 this entire session.
So a 5 investigation gets his nat 20 stealth, which is 23.
Is it 8 investigation?
Oh, 8 investigation, sorry. But yes, it doesn't seem like he is torching the Green District as you're trying to find him. It seems a little odd that you can't find him. But I will say, if you want to try to investigate for him again, if you tell me a specific district, I will give you advantage or disadvantage, depending on what you pick.
I'm guessing you mean tomorrow, right?
Yes, that's what I mean. Moving on. Aluya, what are you doing today? Your vision is starting to get more blurry.
While I still have it, let's look at the left side.
All right, make the throw.
She now checks her left breasticle.
No, not even with the guidance would that help you. With a 9. Oh, I'm sorry, a 12. I will just keep in mind. I'm looking at it. I'm trying to figure out where the fuck I put my thing. There it is. Okay. So you had how many times have you checked this? You checked the shackles 3 times. Okay. Just to remind everyone, half the clock is full, and 4 out of the 8 you're making progress, but today you didn't yield any results. Eddie, what are you doing today?
Yeah, like I said, he's going to just basically confirm the extent of their inability to leave. So he's going to come over to the the entryway again, close enough, and release Rascal to the other side and see what happens.
Okay. And just to clarify, Sear, this is not a living creature?
They are officially on the homunculus servant, a tiny construct.
Okay, tiny construct. He passes by, no problem. But that begs the question, does it have anything on it? Is there any equipment that Sear had on him?
Nope, because I just freshly made them.
Okay, nothing whatsoever. Yeah, it passes by, no problem. But I do need to state, as it does pass by, like the antenna of an ant. You see tentacles of slime morph from the walls, almost sensing it as it goes by, and then leaves it alone.
And then I guess Eddie would basically, because Eddie's that kind of person, he'll just talk out loud. Okay, so so long as you you can still have a soul, but you can't be alive. But also if you don't have a soul. Or wait, Rascal, do you have a soul?
Moo, sound effects.
It sounds like a thing, one of those drill nuts being tightened by a drill.
But in which case, I think this actually would be a situation where because if they're theoretically thinking about it bringing stuff from the outside, or carting things from one area to the next, I think Eddie actually at least would try to see what would happen if it tried to bring something from outside or something inside out.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So he would have it carry a baton.
A baton?
Or excuse me, I keep forgetting how to pronounce this one because
Python.
Can someone explain what the fuck that is for me?
it's the thing that you
It's like the thing you hammer into the wall when you're climbing.
It's really old tech of rock climbing equipment where
I got the picture. Is it coming from outside in or inside out with that?
Oh, like basically what he's doing is like he is giving Rascal a piton and then carrying it out and then having him bring it back in.
Yeah. There is no issues with that. He, again, same scene plays out where the tentacles go around him, feel him, or not exactly touch, but, sense him, and lets him go back and forth.
And then as the last thing he would do, basically have Rascal, go and find something from outside and bring it in.
Okay.
Something specifically organic, since he hasn't tried anything since he's tried nothing but inorganic stuff.
Okay. I'd say, you tell me, what organic thing does it try to bring in?
You know what? Let's see what happens if he brings in a flower. We're in a foresty area. There are flowers.
Yeah. You ever seen a stargazer?
Yeah.
Yeah. He brings in a stargazer. It's pretty, but nothing happens. Perfectly fine.
Okay, cool. Sear, I think will be happy for that.
Yeah. No, there's no reason I would tell you that. No. All right. So, does that end what you're doing?
Yeah, I think that would, at least from Eddie's perspective, that is enough for him.
All right, let's move on to day 5. I believe I got everyone correct. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, day 5, technically the 6th day you guys have been in this town. Does anyone want to do any teamwork together, or is everyone doing their own thing again?
I'm gonna ask Eddie about how mindfuck is made and where does it come from, if he knows about it.
Yes. Just before you guys go into it, if you guys do go in, well, I'm not even sure if I want to take an action for that, but
I would say that it might, if not an action, it definitely has to be a conversation, though.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a conversation. I'm just determining if I want to take away both your actions for talking in depth about it, or if I want to still give you guys the day to do things.
Maybe so long as we take that action together. Then...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So go right ahead. I'm going to take away both your actions for the day to have this discussion. So RP, tell me where you guys are meeting up and paint the scene.
Probably with the street rat dude who has all the mindfuck, so that Eddie gets to visit them.
Yeah, they're in the hookah shop again, and he's just going, Eddie, how's it going, dude? Yo, man.
Yo, what's up, my bro?
And doing the handshake again.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, you guys do the complicated handshake, and he just offers you a seat in between you and his girl and a fresh hookah. Yeah.
Ah, right on.
Yeah.
Eddie, I know you want to reminisce, but we're on a time crunch.
Oh, well, you kind of didn't tell me why I was here. I thought we were just chilling.
No, sorry, Eddie. I'm trying to figure out specifically how is mindfuck made and where does it usually spawn. It might be the thing that we need to create that cure.
Yeah, just Eddie kind of pauses for a moment and then turns to Sear and says,
"Oh, I can't tell you that.
Is it because you don't know, or
I suppose I could say I'm not supposed to tell anybody."
I understand that, but the thing, Eddie, and I hope you understand me saying this, but I am curious if the apothecary before somehow extruded a concentrate from the mindfuck to help make a cure.
And just to interject, as she's talking, Eddie, you're not sure if it's the smoke in the room or what the hell it is, but you're having trouble seeing Sear. You're not going to the unseen public, but I need to describe things that the world is kind of picturesque, like watercolor.
I must have taken too heavy a drag.
I really want to make sure that you're okay, Eddie, and same thing with Aleluia. And figuring out this answer might help me be able to not only save you, but the orphan, Eddie, and many others that were in contact with the orphan. On top of that, once I have it made, we can replicate it. I just need to know so that I know how to extract what I need to make.
Eddie, I think in this moment, is going to look over to because I assume that Street Rat is still in the room. Question mark, eh? Or-
Oh, yeah.
Okay, making sure. It's like, hey, my bro, don't freak out.
I'm already freaking.
Okay, cool. And like, because I like to imagine he lets like that, and Eddie is like generally like much more subtle around like other people's, but like in this moment, like Smoky Eddie kind of like takes on a bit more of a noticeable form in the room, and Eddie are kind of just like looking at each other as if having a conversation.
The image in my head, since he took a form, I kind of imagine like the slouch forward, like forearms on thighs, maybe like occasionally taking a drag of the hookah but never touching it, if you catch my drift. Yeah, but you guys speak to one another by the looks of it.
It's like, all right. Eddie kind of like looks over to Sear. So like, I still can't tell you, but if you need me to make some, I can.
We'll need a lot, because tomorrow, if not starting today, if you make lots, we're going to be hunting down the butcher, since he is needed, and then someone will have to visit the graveyard and take the fallen with us so that they could benefit the rest.
All right. Anything else you guys would like to achieve with the scene? Because I feel like that's a good ending point right there.
I think it is good, because you continue on.
Okay. John, are you continuing to track down the so-called butcher?
Yeah, but I'm gonna do it in a different way this time.
What, not roll like shit?
I'm gonna use my other skills that I'm better at.
Okay.
I'm gonna climb on top of one of the tallest areas and kind of, with my scope, look around the city and see if I notice signs of his presence.
Okay. You don't. No need for a check. Yeah, the air is still. Not noticing his presence. Again,
Do I notice anything else in the city though, since I'm already like up there looking around?
Well, I was gonna say, if there's any specific district you'd like to look for him in, you can go ahead and try to look for him. But the way you're doing it, I can't, in good faith, make you do a check.
All right. So I guess he's gonna go through, since he knows this thing is hunting Sear, and he knows that Sear's been around the apothecary shop a lot. I guess he will kind of... What district is that in?
That would be in the green district.
But I already searched the green district, right?
No, you didn't. You just said that you just searched, if memory serves me right.
Alright, then I will search the green district.
Roll with advantage and make me investigation.
Can I do perception?
No, this one is going to have to be...
But the way I'm doing it, I'm not like interviewing people. I'm looking for like signs of him.
You know what? No, there is an angle I can go with that. So yes, do perception. You found him as you're looking around in the green district. Just as a reminder for everyone, no one, you're in a district. If any of the colors, everything is in shades of that color. So as we're painting the scene, everything is various hues of green. As you're walking through the slave district, you look around. You said you had a spyglass, correct?
I have a scope on my rifle.
Yeah, and I assume, I won't say that you're pointing the gun. Just for, would you say that you're aiming your gun around as you're using the scope, or did you detach it?
I mean, I imagine he would be, but it's not like he's walking down the street aiming it at people, but he's kind of like jumping from rooftop to rooftop.
So as you're on top of rooftops, looking down your scope, and people are going around doing their business, the slaves in the green district, rebuilding and taking away wreckage from the burnt buildings. Your eye comes to the cemetery, where much like Sear, you see an open grave, but it's filled.
With him?
Yes. You find an ebony man with bright blue eyes, still open. And
is he like, Dracula sleeping there or something?
Do you want to investigate?
Like how, that's more of and how is he's like sitting? Is he like in the bottom, like, or is he floating, and is his arms crossed all creepily?
His arms are crossed, and he's laying in the grave. Do you investigate?
No, I'm not gonna get much closer on it. This is more of a scouting question.
Yep.
Do I notice anything else like around him? Because there were wisps before.
Yeah, I'll allow you one more check. Do me Arcana.
My best skill.
Yeah, with the 3, you don't see any will-wisps. Aluya, you want to finish up the day? What are you doing?
Seeing as how she is pretty pretty much starting to go blind. I guess she's gonna prepare herself for the inevitable at this point and kind of get used to not seeing it all. So she'll start using her spear to kind of feel around on the ground and stuff.
In one day, she learns blind sight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the fuck are you trying to do? What can I give you? Like, what are you trying for?
She's
so,
basically Daredevil now.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm in no good faith can I, like, give you... I don't even know how the fuck to approach this. Yes, you can try to train yourself being blind. I'm not sure if I can give you blind sense, though.
No, I mean, that's okay. I just so my character isn't, like, fumbling around.
Okay, so is there anything else, or are you just going to try to learn how to be blind?
There's nothing else she can't really do. I mean...
There's plenty you can do.
I can check the manacles again, but you can't really see.
Yeah, you can check the manacles. You can check to see what the other group is doing. If you want to forfeit what you're doing today, we can move on.
I guess I'll be nosy and see what those heifers are up to.
Okay. So, as you're going along, make me an investigation check with an 8. I think what I will give you is you do see Rory. Oh, sorry. Is that a 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, so with 11, you see Rory healing the sick and injured around in town. His hands are basically giving out healing rays of your god as he goes from one person to another. And you can see him biting his lip as he does find a case of someone suffering from the same disease you are. And you notice that a notable trait with this disease is your eyes start to become progressively yellow. But yes, he is going along helping with the injured. I'm not sure if you want to have a roleplay scene or if that's enough for you that what one the people from the other party is doing.
Yeah, that's no. I don't want to engage with him. He's highly suspicious to me.
All right, so let's hit the ground running because I believe a week has gone by now. Since we're on the 6th day, I'm not gonna have a downtime for this day. Yeah, so you guys came here one day and 6 additional days have passed by. A week has passed. You guys have 3 weeks to accomplish your mission. If anyone remembers what that is, you get brownie points.
To get fucked.
Yes.
Find the best drug in town.
Okay. I'll say that you guys all gather around in the Collingsworth estate. What do you guys do for today? We are back to normal gameplay.
Do I see the progression of everybody's sight going bad, except for
Thank you
Atticus?
for reminding me. This is a very important save. I want both Aluya and Eddie to make me a Constitution save.
Oh, thank you.
21. You can still see Aluya. 14.
I have no reason not to, so 19.
Yes, 19. Pass. You can still see. It's getting worse. If you guys don't resolve this disease, it's going to get harder and harder with each passing day to keep your sight. But yes, the morning is foggy for Aluya and Eddie as they can't see far. Mega, just pretend you're being yourself at this moment. Yeah, you have your eyesight. So, what do you guys do for today?
How are you feeling, Aluya?
Sear, is that you? Let me feel you up.
You're deaf, you're
No.
blind, not deaf.
Oh, you're right. Just kidding. I could better, but, I'll do what I need to. If you guys need me to do something for you, I'll do it.
Well, based off of what Atticus has revealed, sounds like you might be doing hunting.
Well, I guess I could try to prepare myself for what's to come.
Where did you say it was again, Atticus, that we found them?
I found him in the graveyard, one of those graves. He just kind of was creepily sleeping in the grave, kind of like one of my uncles.
Your uncle sleeps in a grave.
That's what I was thinking about too.
Yeah, he's not an indoor uncle, if you catch my drift.
No, I don't know what you mean.
I don't know either.
He's not really welcome in the household.
Oh, well, I guess it's a good thing I don't have any uncles.
Does he have the disease too?
No, he's just kind of odd.
We're losing track of ourselves. What we need to do, Atticus, is that we need to, sadly, not slay him, but extract from him. So that will require us to catch him alive. I could pin him down and wrap him up with a special filament I used on him before, but I think we're gonna have to take him down and then wrap him up. I know how to ultimately slay him.
Well, I guess Eddie's actually going to once again pull out of his pocket and hand his vape pen to Sear. I need you to hold on to this.
I don't mind. I could do that.
I just because of what we talked about yesterday, I need to go to my room for that.
Will you be gone the time when we go hunting then?
No, I'll be there.
I'm just checking because I don't know how, arduous the process is. So good to know. Thank you, Eddie.
And you could just if something bad's happening, just shout and I'll hear it. So
we will do that.
But yeah, I'm just I'm gonna start it now so that we have what we need when we need it rather than not have it,
Right. Here's my proposition for all of you. If we get them low enough, I still do have that powder that I recovered a while ago that could put people to sleep. Just requires them to be more weary. So we have to be careful not to slay them.
Or, we aren't careful and then we just harvest his corpse.
It's not the corpse I need. It's what's inside the corpse.
Very well.
All right. So you guys go off to the cemetery?
Yep. And Eddie turns into a cloud of smoke and disappears into his vape pen to do what he needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
Cue battle ready montage.
Montage!
We're gonna need a montage. All right. You guys go to the cemetery. And how do you guys approach?
So I imagine we're going to go sneakily. So I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
I will also, since he's able to see through friends in the dead, such as Will-o-the-Wisp, I will also cast see invisibility.
All right, go right ahead.
So I will let Atticus know when I see them, and I'll point to them whenever we're together. I will also put Rascal onto Aluya.
I love that if Sear had caught this disease and then cast this spell, that she would only be able to see invisible things and nothing else.
Well, if you really want to get down to it, if you're blind, that means everything's invisible to you.
True, yeah.
Yeah, you really do get to see invisibility all the time. All right, so you guys, pass without trace, veiled in shadows. Everyone roll me a stealth check then, plus 10.
34.
That's sleight of hand, but I assume the same modifiers.
I rolled 2 17s on disadvantage. That works for me.
17s, all right.
That'll be 18 stealth.
18 stealth, all right. So, it's enough. You guys have a plus 10. And as you guys are going through, Atticus, can you please describe what the party looks like with your spell?
It's almost like nothing changes. It's kind of just weird energy around it. Like no one wants to look at us. It's not like it's like something in their mind is telling them not to look in that direction.
Okay. Actually, maybe another parallel, because I've been thinking about it recently. It's it's kind of like the idea of proposed in Beetlejuice. It's not because ghosts just it's not that they can't see, it's that they don't see, as in they choose not to.
All right, so you guys go down to the cemetery with that in mind, and keep in mind everything's shades of green. And as you guys approach, you see the Abiku, eyes open, laying in the grave. What do you guys do?
I will whisper to Atticus, going we have 2 approaches. I can throw my filament down, trapping him down there, and then we pummel him to near unconsciousness. Or I reveal myself and make myself a target so that you can get a surprise. It also might let us know that he's always awake or not. Strange thing to look at.
I'm gonna stake up on the tower when we decide, just so I can stay distance but keep overwatch. And then let's try tying him up while he's down with your filament.
Are those the plans? Sear, you're gonna reveal yourself, or do I misunderstand?
I think the plan was that she's going to cast web on him while he's down to try to surprise him basically and trap him before he can react.
All right, start us off. Tell me what the spell looks like. Set the scene.
All right, let me make sure I post the spell so you can see it. All right, as we are preparing, probably Aluya and Atticus will see Sear not pull out some vials, but instead she'll pull out a petri dish made of crude glass, pull off the little top part that they use to protect it, pull out one of her potions that she usually concocts daily, gently pours it in till the whole bottle's into it, and right before she flings it, she pulls the bottle up, pulling out this strange white filament straight up, rather strong strong material, and then she flicks it right down on top of the butcher, making this giant whipping sensation of web just flying out from this petri dish, falling straight into the grave.
Yeah, it does just that. And the Abiku does not react.
Well, seeing as how we haven't rolled initiative, I think he might be dead.
As I look around with my sea invisibility, do I see any wisps around?
Yes, you do.
I will carefully send Rascal to go check.
Sound effect, please.
It's creaking.
Yes. And it goes up to the Abiku, it pokes him, and after a closer inspection, you see that his throat is wide open.
Like as if something just crawled out of it big? Or do you mean just like sees a big snore?
As in...
His throat was slit?
Yes. His throat is slit.
Alright, stay up there, Atticus. Hallelujah.
Yes.
I'm gonna go down into it. Make sure that we don't get any surprises with Rascal on your shoulder as Rascal flies back up.
All right. And just for the audience, can you describe what he looks like again?
So Rascal, he looks kind of like a little red dragon, but instead of scaly like a lizard or even close to a lizard, it looks like one of these mechanical toys that's just been cobbled together. A very square head, a very square body, a neck that reminds you of a, little lamp light that people will use often. Limbs that make you think it was like 3D printed. And no eyes, just bolts for its eyes and hinges. And how it flies is not by its little tiny mechanical wings, but instead by a strange propulsion that radiates from the gem.
All right. So as you look down at the corpse, can you make me an investigation check, please?
Investigation 27.
Yeah, it's fairly easy to deduce, though. You don't have the why, you see the how. By just looking at him, you see in the palm of his limp hand, you see a butcher's knife. And by the looks of the wound, it wasn't a slit, it was a chop. And as macabre as it sounds like he was chopping at his own throat. His neck is broken. You don't know why.
I mean, I might know why.
Might.
Looks up to Liango like, looks like he slayed himself. And my fear is that he slayed himself so that he can continue rising up again. So I'm guessing he switched. Means we might need to find another one like him.
I'm gonna say you guys spent the morning doing all of this. What else would you guys like to do?
Sadly, I would have to harvest his body if he's dead, because I do need dead flesh. So I'm taking it.
Take it. In detail, please.
Aluya, don't look here. Atticus, do whatever you want. Pulls out her dagger and will surgically remove each and every part that she can harvest off of this man till they are nothing more than a skeleton, or, since it takes a good while, nothing but just the bare minimum of, still being called a rotting corpse. How many pounds would you say I got?
Make me a...
I did say surgical.
Yeah, surgical. Make me a 1d12.
8.
8 pounds. Make sure to write that down. And if you have any way to preserve it, it'd be a good time to do it, because it looks like this has been sitting out for a while.
Probably I would have to bundle it up in any of my winter blanket to make sure nothing gets into it. But then if anyone has prestidigitation, I would ask them to make the blanket extremely cold.
Does anyone have it?
Pokes Eddie.
Eddie's not there.
No, I'm making a joke.
Nobody.
All right.
Let's just double check, because I have chill touch, but unfortunately it's not actually cold damage. It's neck. It would do the opposite of what you want.
I'm gonna do chill touch. Oh shit, it's rotting.
I mean, there's always Juliet.
Yeah, but
I can shocking grasp and turn it into cold.
No.
Please, I would like it.
yeah, I'll send Juliet away and resummon her as cold.
I will give it to Juliet to carry, for maybe they are just cold enough that they just can hold it.
I imagine it's actually in her mouth, but she's not eating it. Like the bag is just like within her mouth.
Hold.
Just
Now, I think we're going to need to find where he went.
That's the question of the day, isn't it? All right. How do you guys spend the day?
Let me first tell Atticus a plan. Remember how I mentioned plan B, I step out and bring his ire?
Yes, but if we do this, we need to select our hunting ground.
Then, let's choose quickly. I think he's going to be looking for me in the Green District if he was anywhere else. Because I don't know if you know about this of Abiku, and it's a tragic tale, but they're usually things that like to hunt dead children. Or they are the children themselves, constantly repeating the cycle. So,
Let me tell you, I've dealt with my fair fair share of immortals and not liked most of us, so I think we need to take care of this guy, and they mostly have large egos, so I think he assumes his victory already, so let's play with that.
Then, until for a bit, I will be bait.
All right. So you guys going to the Green District then?
Yeah, before... How do you intend to present yourself as bait?
I am the one that escaped from him, and I would do it by, well, looking as if I was before when he was hunting me down. But more importantly, I would make it a little bit easier for him to chase me, since he was looking for me. So probably I'll have to walk and try to find the ill, for he was targeting easy prey, especially possibly that child that was blind. So I'll have to look for more.
Okay, then we should, before you announce yourself, let's set up a kill box of sorts.
I was rolling for my potions so I don't forget.
So, I'm gonna say we'll search for sick children, I guess.
Okay, yeah, that's perfectly fine.
And how much time has passed?
You guys woke up in the morning. It is now noon. And with this action, it will bring it to evening if you guys spend the day looking.
Okay, so I was just more concerned of whether or not Pass Without a Trace had expired.
Well, it depends how long it lasts.
An hour.
Same for my spell.
Yeah, both of them are out.
I will hand Atticus a deep crimson potion and say, drink this when he's around. You're less likely to miss. I'm gonna keep this blue one here.
Just to specify, you guys have 3 weeks. And to note the severity of your situation, you after the 3 weeks are up, you guys have to leave town and make your way to the rendezvous. If not, well, I hope everyone wants to make a new character.
Well, they got 30 in the wings, so...
Yep, because you guys in Suicide Squad fashion will die.
I mean, if we solve this problem, that means we did solve one of the problems what's going on in the city.
Yep, yeah. The biggest thing is not being able to leave the town, because if you leave the town, you'll die. If you don't make it to the rendezvous in time, you'll die. So, you guys are looking for sick children in the Green District. Luya, you down for this?
Yes.
Alright. Everyone make me an investigation check.
Guidance.
Alright.
Same.
22. I will roll Flash of Genius for the person that gets the lowest. Oluya, you got a 16.
Okay.
I got a 17.
Okay. Sear, in a familiar fashion, as you're going through the Green District, you hear the sound of meat on meat slapping in an alleyway.
I will look to Oluya, kind of making that face of look of, it's the same thing happening again, but instead of us being hesitant, Sear will move forward, signaling Atticus to be ready.
Alright.
We'll climb up buildings.
Mm-hmm. And you climb up on the building.
I will drink my blue potion.
Okay. Do you go into the alleyway?
I do.
All right. So as you go into the alleyway, the first thing that meets your eye is a long braided ponytail. It goes down to the mid back as you see a Goliath just beating the shit out of an elf.
Oi.
And he stops mid punch. I kind of want to imagine we see a side profile of the guy. His hand stops in the air, and in the back room, out of focus, we see Sear, and it slowly focuses on you. And the man turns his head towards you, and you see Sigurd, the man of the opposing team, as he gives you a bit of a frown and says, it's the whore. What do you want, harlot? And he throws the man to the ground. Make me a perception check.
Fuck, I suck at that.
All of us?
Yes, if you so desire. Tell me what everyone gets.
I got a 16. Holy shit, Olivia. Oh, that's performance. Oh, wow, she really is going blind.
Yeah, the rest of us are trying to look, and Louis is just dancing in the background.
I got a natural 20.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. So, Aaliyah, I'm going to give it to you. You remember when Sear went through the apothecary that this man had a mark, a sigil for his craft that he'd put on his potions. And it was just like a stargazer, basically like a simplified version of that, in black, purple, and I think dots of yellow. And as you see this man with dried blood on his knuckle, you see around his belt one of the potions that are not smashed, and something starts to click. Why didn't he smash that one? Why did they smash it whatsoever? Confusing. But the Goliath, I assume it's just you two down in the alley while Atticus is on top?
I would say so. And I imagine that, well, don't forget.
It's Juliet would be on one side of, because the alleyway, so she'd be on one side, and Atticus would be on the other side on the rooftops.
Yeah.
I could definitely say, though, that Sear doesn't look like Sear. She kind of had to look human so that people wouldn't freak the fuck out.
Yeah, but he's still... that was bad on my part because I forgot about that. I don't think he's ever seen you as... No, he did when you guys came in, I believe, right? Yes. So he recognizes what your disguise looks like. And he just says, well, speak up. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I'm trying to find someone that was roaming about, killing random people. Not just random, but...
The crazy bastard. Yeah.
Oh, you're looking for him too?
No, I had my run-in. It was fun. And you see like scars, maybe like patches on his shoulder from injuries in the fight. Yeah, a tough little cookie. And he just gives a toothy smile. I still won, though. I still won. 42,386.
I asked this is because where did you see him last?
Where did I see him last? And thinks about it for a second. Then he looks at you. Why should I even fucking tell you?
Because I found him already dead, not by your hands. And worst off, and I hope you understand the gravity of the situation. He's not dead. He just switched somewhere else.
Oh, good. I mentioned for round 2. And the guy seems like a bit of a battle maniac. And he...
Just a bit.
Yeah, a bit. And he just chuckles a little bit. Yeah, I can't find a good fight here. And just keeps chuckling. Yeah. And I think he starts off by saying, I hope you know, I'm winning.
I'd rather you win so that I can get what I need to fix this town.
Fix the town? Why the hell do you care?
Besides the fact that my whole entire career has been centering around aiding people that are less fortunate than most of us, especially you, who are very hardy and very strong.
Pathetic. The strong survives. Simple as that. The weak die. And I think as he says that, he puts the heel of his boot right on the elf's hand and just slowly puts more weight until you hear that meaty snap.
I would understand that, although the conflict I encounter with you is more of, it seems like you're forcing the weak to get weaker. Found someone dead and killed by, I think, one of your companions.
You've seen Eldazar's work, have you?
Hard to forget that. Why is he famous for that reason? Who knows?
Quite the artist. Quite the artist. A brutal fucker he is.
My question is why? This person was one of the main lines to keep this city from dying.
Oh, it's just one of our plans. You don't need to know.
I do, because if he killed him by hand, he's probably gonna die soon.
I'm sorry, repeat that?
Basically, it's like she's trying to bluff it out. It's like, unless it's like, if he touched him, he probably might die soon, kind of like hinting at something might have gone wrong.
Oh, that's fairly clever. Do me an insight check.
I'm terrible at those. Flash of genius to make it a 15.
Okay, a 15. You see that his hand unconsciously goes down to the bottle at his belt, and he just smiles and says, I have insurance. I'm not worried.
And I have the way to create all of it infinitely. You only got one.
And you see, like, his face darken and his lip twitch at that. You can make an antidote?
I can, and I will. But I can't if I don't have cooperation. I am here as an emissary of peace and to help out here because I have no reason to be violent, nor do I have a reason to make you hate me more. But more importantly, I am here to resolve the problems here. And if we could solve this one problem, we could solve the problem of this fucking town and why no one can leave.
No one can leave, and he looks towards the walls. Huh, interesting. And I think something's off here. Obviously, situation's weird. He's basically beating the shit out of someone who can't defend himself. But this conversation seems off to you. And I think what he says is, all right, what do you need to make these antidotes?
So, above table, he's acting very strange. Like, when we first met him, was he this chatty before?
No, he simply said to you that next time he sees you, he'll put a sword through you.
Right.
But he
was rude.
Yeah, he was just rude. But again, you didn't have many chats with him. It seemed like he wanted nothing to do with you. But something's off. You're not sure if it's because he's beating the shit out of someone that he's in a good mood, or if something else is wrong with him.
I kind of suspect that when he said he fought the guy and said he won, it's other bullshit. It's because when we found the guy, he didn't look even messed up. He just looked with one cut in his neck, which means this guy could have already been transferred because he seems to be punching someone violently without his crew. So I think Sear's action is going to be, well, I ultimately need to find the new host of whoever the butcher was.
New host. It What kind of host does it go for?
Hard to say.
You seem off, right? I thought you were like, oh, I see you again, and you like, we're going to stab you. I don't think so. What is with you?
There's nothing wrong with me.
This truly is. I remember on the boat you had an issue with us, well, more Sear, and you said you were going to do something about it.
Oh, yeah. Just need time. I can't kill you. No, I can't kill you. Against the rules, but...
I'm gonna drink my potion while this is happening, because I can see things are starting to turn.
Rules. What are you talking about?
Rules. I can't kill you. No.
I'm left for somebody else to kill then?
No. Prisoners can't kill prisoners. No. Not worth it. Once I have my freedom, I'll have my fun. No. I've just been itching for fights, and I finally had one. I'm just in a good mood.
Where's your companions? Because it's in a city like this, traveling alone's not the smartest.
Oh, they're having fun. Yes. Commonwealth. The Slave District. Yes. The Red District. They run around. They have their fun. Follow the corpses and you'll find them. And I think, he walks forward. Doesn't close the distance, just walks a little forward. And he's intrigued as he says, the host. Where is this host?
Again, hard to say. That's why I was asking you. Because if you already know, if you encountered him, I think you would recognize his MO.
Yes. The potion. The antidote. What do you need?
I already have one.
What is it?
It's simple. The people you've been leaving behind, rotten and dead, they can aid the city because at least their sacrifices are not in vain. But I already got enough for that.
What else?
And I need to find the butcher himself. Although if I don't find the butcher there, I could find his little friends in the graveyard.
Why?
I'm going to insight that a bit more since he's asking more profusely a bit.
Do an insight.
That's kind of why I'm being difficult. Ha! Flash of genius. Oh god, that's an 11.
Okay. How many more Flash of Geniuses do you have?
I have 2 left.
Okay. What was the roll again?
11.
11. All right. So he, as you're talking with him, it's hard to tell his intentions, but knowing him, more than likely, it's selfish.
I need a specific body part from him.
What is it?
I don't know if you'd be able to use it, but the skin.
The skin.
Have you ever thought about how strange it was that when you fought him, he just seemed to shrug it off?
Yes.
Seemed to have made him more potent.
Yes, I remember. Yes. Oh, good. Oh, good fight.
Okay, so like, how did you finish the fight then?
Yes, ran away.
He ran away.
Said I wasn't his toy, whatever the hell that means. But he's mine. Oh, I'll make him my toy. I love it when they run.
Then, let me just say this. Stop causing issues for yourself in the future. If you left that apothecary alive, I doubt you'd be in this situation yourself.
Oh, no. I left myself in no situation besides the best.
Then you should have learned how to make it first before you done it.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. Yes. So far, did you per se lie to him? You said that you needed you needed a corpse, and you needed the Abiku's skin.
Correct.
Make me a deception with that.
This is why I have Flash of Genius.
I'm going to put my hand on Sear and guide her.
How much?
I'll need to roll. I got a 4. Terrible.
And what's
then
the maximum you can get?
A 9 right now, so I would need to roll higher with that guidance. So, shall I roll guidance and see how it goes?
Yeah, if you want. What do you get?
I got a 12.
You're not sure. Might have bought it. I think he says to you, I'll help. If you're tracking down my prey, I would love to find him.
Then, truce for now.
Yes, truce.
Once you find him, bring the whole thing. I would actually like him alive, too.
Yes, of course. Yes, his blue eyes. Yes. And he nods and brings back up the elf, pushes him against the wall, and I think as a finishing word, thank you for telling me, and throws the elf to the side. I know everything I need to know. And yes, Sigurd is now part of the party, and I'm going to say that took the afternoon. It is now the night.
Oh, wait, he's traveling with us? Oh,
shit.
Yeah,
he is following you now.
I guess in the middle of that walk, Eddie will eventually come smoking out of his vape pen on Sear's person.
Am I just carrying you, Eddie? Or are you too big?
I mean, I think I would be too big for you to carry. Maybe?
Yeah, I probably would get squished.
Like, he's 5'10", but like a swimmer's build, because otter.
Yeah. Oh, so hang on. I think I misheard you. Did you say you're coming out of the vape pen?
Oh yeah, I eventually have to.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Go right
ahead. It caps at this level. It caps at 6 hours.
Okay. Go right ahead.
Yeah. So just comes smoking out. Is now in Sear's arms. And I guess Sear just falls to the ground.
Sorry, little dude.
It's alright. Help me up, please.
And just Eddie gets himself up, and Smokey Eddie kind of like cleans off Eddie, and then Eddie reaches a hand, pick you up.
As you reach out a hand, Sear will pull herself up, get close to your ear, and go like, "Don't mention what you were doing. I have a new friend here."
And while they're doing that, Atticus would be like, "No!" As Sear accepts Eddie's hand to pull her up.
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
Constitution saving throw. What you got?
11.
You're fine, Sear. Everything's alright. Or just to remind everyone, and so you guys can keep me honest, Eddie and Aluya will have to make saving throws every day. Sear, a week from now, you'll make another saving throw. So please note it down, write it down somewhere, anybody, that after next downtime, Sear will be making another saving throw. Okay. Eddie, you're about to start up with RP before I rudely interrupted you.
So, well, I mean, like,
Actually, in which case, like, all Eddie would really have to do is like,
Oh, before I forget, 500 EXP to John and Eddie. Eddie for passing the disease, John for staying silent. Nita, were you aware of that as well, or did you miss that detail?
Of them holding hands, I was thinking, why are you gonna touch him?
Well, here's the thing too, Luya. If I wanted to be fair, you did put your hand on my shoulder.
So
I
I'm
remember
touching
that.
clothes, not like your skin.
That's not
it's
going to
contact. Yeah, it's contact.
That's
And-
kind of why when I said like I'm okay with it, because I said they go like, "Gray, let me get away with that one."
No, that's because I missed that one.
I was laughing. I said they go like, "Oh, it doesn't work."
No. Nita, give yourself 500 EXP as well.
For touching Sear. How dare you?
Go give Atticus a kiss then.
No. You don't get EXP for passing diseases. All right, moving on. Eddie, again, second interruption. There won't be a third.
yeah, I guess as he's, picking up Sear, but Sear, you hear in your head,
oh, well, at least you should probably know, like, I should have a lot by the morning.
Can Sear respond back?
it's a message.
Good. We shall prepare once we get to the butcher.
Okay. It is nighttime. And what were you guys planning to do?
We are on the clock, so we need to really find this butcher. Atticus knows where we need to look. I'm gonna let Atticus lead, since he is our, ranger.
Atticus, where are you planning to lead?
Wait, so who are we looking for again?
Are you guys still looking for the Biku?
We're looking for the Biku, yeah. But I kind of gave indications of how we find the Biku, since not only did he say the big blue eyes, which kind of does give an indication of like, we'll know if the Biku's in someone too. But he usually will go after people that are, well, okay, if I know above table, Bikus are basically born from unborn children kind of thing. So they kind of relive the life. And the idea is that the Biku killed himself before his life's limit ended, so that he could go into another body to continue the cycle.
So does that mean that he has to go into like a child, or?
I think it just has to be that he goes into someone.
Okay.
I'll let Gray explain it.
Yeah, give yourself 250 EXP. That was an excellent explanation. Since we're running close on time, I'm gonna say what happens next. As you guys are searching around, I assume still for the Biku, Eddie, you feel chill vibes as Street Rat comes up to you.
Chill just recognizes Chill.
Yep. And he goes, "Oh man, come on, it's happening.
What's happening?
Yo, I'm about to be a papa. Come on."
Oh, you know what, Sear? I think you have to, like, at least come with. Always good to have, like, a doctor.
Yo, come on. She's having trouble, man. I'm excited. I'm scared. Like, shit, man. This is crazy.
Atticus, will you continue the hunt for the butcher?
Sure.
I'm trying to get Sigurd to go with him.
He is actually interested in what's happening here.
Ah!
So he follows along. Atticus, do you split from the group to try to keep up with this?
I'm going to split up, but not actually split up.
Make a stealth. Yeah, I was gonna say there's no way for you to fail that. With 6 and 21. You guys all go along. You guys go to a house in the Red District, like just a shack. And as you guys go in, you see the woman, like her legs open, blanket over her, water on the floor, and you see her taking deep breaths. He goes up to her and just goes, "Baby, deep breaths, baby. Come on, deep breaths." All right. Now this time, Nita, as I'm going along, and since you have experience, make sure I'm actually narrating and doing this right. So Sear, I want you. Yeah, give me what would be a good check for childbirth?
Medicine.
Medicine. Give me a medicine check, please. This is very important.
Medicine check. This is why I saved my last flash of genius.
Yeah, what you get?
I got a 18.
Okay.
I think I will save my flash of genius. I think that 18 is pretty good.
Sear, something is very wrong. The child is not coming out right.
I'm guessing they're coming out legs first.
Sideways, in fact.
Am I about to perform a medical emergency surgery on this woman?
If that's what you desire, but you know this child will die if you do nothing. She is not going to be able to push it out. And you just hear her, like, breathing heavily. He'll come out. He'll come out. Just breathing heavily.
Above table me, it's just sitting there go like, I know what I need to do, because as an EMT, this is a medical procedure where basically a doctor has to do a C-section.
Mm-hmm.
Aluya is just there wide-eyed. She has seen too much already.
Yes, you can see that the woman is pale.
Aluya?
Yes? Yes?
Ready your spell.
Is it supposed to look like that?
No, but I'm about to do something far more grotesque. Street rat.
And he goes, yo, man, what's up? What's up? Come on.
It's not gonna come out unless I do this procedure.
What you mean?
It's coming out the wrong way. It'll die if I don't do it now.
Coming out the wrong way? What?
Babies come out head first. This one's coming out sideways.
Oh no. Oh fuck. Oh no.
I just need to ask, will you let me do it? And I look both at the girl and him. Clock is ticking.
No, this is the DM thinking. Eddie, as a reminder for Mindfuck, is that secondary effect always active? Like where you can just detect surface level thoughts? Or do you need to do the drug to refresh it?
So, no, you need to actually do the drug to get that effect.
Okay, thank you.
But I will say that for benefit here, Eddie is going to look to Street Rat and say, like, look, my bro, like, I trust Sear with my own life.
You know, you're right. Eddie, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, Eddie. And he just shakes his head. Yeah, do it. Just do it.
Enhance ability. Make it so that I could do my medicine check at advantage.
Let's do sequence. Give me 5 rolls. This is going to be a delicate procedure.
Then I'm asking Aluya to help me out each step of the way with guidance.
I'm ready. I'm like sweating. I got my towel to help her with the sweats. I'm good to go.
Flash of genius.
Okay, you did flash of genius on that one.
Yeah.
And was that you?
Oh wait, is it a failure? I got advantage. Is it a 13 fail?
13. And yes, that is a failure.
Wait, are you guys not doing guidance?
I'm waiting on guidance. Hold on.
Yeah, you got all my guidances.
Hold on.
I'm like rubbing your shoulders.
Okay, that's a 15 now before I do Flash of Genius.
15. 15 is a failure.
Oh,
damn.
Do you want to do it? This is a sequence. You get 5 opportunities. And keep in mind, people in the party have inspiration.
I'm going to burn my Flash of Genius for this to turn it into a 20.
Okay, you succeed. You make the initial incision.
Because I feel like the initial part's more important.
Mm-hmm.
If you fuck up the beginning, you fuck up the rest.
Yeah, so you make a thin, cut on the stomach. All right, now for opening the wound. Make me a roll.
22 plus guidance.
Yeah, you succeed.
26.
Your hands delve deep into this woman's stomach. Your hands drenched in blood. And your hands wiggle around in the warm stomach, going past intestines and other organs as you're just putting your hands deeper and deeper in. And you're still looking. You're still trying to feel exactly for it. Now make me another medicine check.
21.
21. Grab a hold of the child. Now you have to maneuver it out. Give me another roll.
13. I need to do...
I will like to say that she has to remove the intestines.
Yeah, thank you.
I was going to say that.
Again, that's why I asked you, Nita, to make sure I'm doing this right. So I'm going to say for flavor's sake that she took out some of the intestines then as she's looking for the child.
I got a 16 with guidance.
Okay, 16 passes. Nita, what would be the next step?
Well, once the baby's out, the nurses take it away. Then they got to put everything back how it was supposed to be, and then close the incision.
Okay, I'll say this one's taking out the child, and the last one we'll see whether she lives or dies.
Oh, that's just sucky. I have heal. We could heal. Oh well.
You know what I mean. So, the next one of taking out the child.
I think this is the last roll, actually.
Yes. Well, we'll put it in both. Taking out the child and making sure that, she's nice and good. One more check.
I got it.
Yeah.
23.
Yes. You take out the child. It does not cry. And as you take it out, and I assume hand it to the mother would be the first instinct, correct?
Oh, no, I gotta do my thing where I had to check it's alive. So, as an EMT, once it's birthed, gotta go through, check the nose, mouth, kind of get get all any fluids.
Yep.
The reason why they slapped the baby too sometimes in the past was just to make it so that, hey, if you're alive, you're gonna cry.
Yeah, so you check it, everything seems to be normal, its eyes are shut, and it's wiggling its body around, but it does not cry.
It's not bluish in the mouth or toes or anything like that?
No.
It's nice and pink?
Nice and pink. Alright, do you hand it to the mother?
Before I do, I'm gonna check on the mother and being like, because the mother's probably like, fucked up.
My baby, is my baby okay?
Oluya, you can start healing her.
Yeah.
Yes, your baby is so cute, precious. You did such a good job. Let me help you out, and I will do cure wounds on her. Where at?
Actually, I want to imagine, like, while this part is happening, like, Smoky Eddie is kind of, like, circling around and, like, cleaning up the blood.
Very
a la
nice.
prestidigitation.
Yes, and...
I am going to check the child's eye.
The eye.
Kind of, like, do a gentle roll up.
Gets 12 points of healing.
You open up the eyelid, and it's white, because the eyes are rolled back.
So the child's not dead.
It is not dead.
But it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I've seen spells before. You just have to tilt it a different way and the eyes roll back.
But
It's
yes.
not like a puzzle where you just shake around and a marble falls out. This is like, hey! Alright, Aaliyah.
Yeah.
I don't know about this above table, but if you saw that happening to a child where their eyes are rolled up, the fuck would you do?
I mean, is there a priest somewhere? No.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Is there a priest in the room?
There is. There's a cleric.
Yeah. But
I'm just asking, like, I assume it's pink, it's healthy, it's kind of like, it's alive, but it's just being...
They don't consider it healthy. They just, they have to take the baby away. Check
I
on
gotta
it.
take baby away. I have to do more with this. I had to make sure that they are okay.
my baby. Give me my baby. Please. Please give me my baby.
I just need to check it.
I want to hold it.
You will, hun.
Now, please. And she's like flailing her arms weakly towards you.
For the safety of you and the baby, I must check it.
Can the baby feel? Can the baby, you can't really base it on hearing yet because it's still a newborn.
Oh yeah.
Like touch.
Yep. And again, Sigurd is in the room with you guys, probably in the corner watching this all go down.
He better not be fucking smiling as I pulled out this lady's organs.
Yes. Yeah, a
Weirdo.
evil smile. But yes, you do all your checks. It seems like a perfectly healthy baby. It's just not crying. And again, the mother is just wailing that she wants to see it.
I get that, but when its eyes are rolled back, that's kind of like a warning sign for any doctor. I don't think they would pull, like, blood out of it yet, Aaliyah, do they? Unless they do it right away.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Oh, you know, like how doctors will put shots and stuff like that with babies and stuff like that. I don't know if they would do that at the very beginning of the childbirth.
No, it's like maybe a week or two after the baby is born, they get their first shots.
Okay. It's like, extracting blood's a terrible idea. I already know that. They have blood as much as a Coke can.
What are you doing with this poor child?
I'm trying to see if this child's being fucking weird. I'm planning to give it to the mom. I'm just going like, hey, why is its eyes rolled back?
It's just super fucking
Hey, your
weird.
kid's kind of weird.
I'm not trying to be weird. I'm just trying to figure out. I don't know. I know how to handle a baby after it's born and I take it to the doctor. I don't know much after that.
Yeah, but just keep in mind, like, this isn't modern medicine. Like, these are the days where you'd use a rusty dagger to open up a fucking stomach.
I get you. I forget. You get what I mean, right?
Yeah, I got it. But yes.
If there's really nothing else left, then I will hand the baby to the mom. That's kind of why I was checking. Like, eyes rolled back is fucking weird.
Yeah, and this is kind of what I want to finish on, is when you hand it back to the mother. Eddie, you keep hearing the father, Street Rat, just repeating, man, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry, so sorry, and just shaking his head. When it's given back to the mother, you can see, like, the baby just waving its hands around, trying to go for the mom's chin. And the mom has a sorrowful expression looking at the child, and you all see the child open its eyes. It's bright blue, right? I think I want to end on that.
This has been House Common Blood. The intro and outro music by Savik, Oh My Dog. Any music and sound effects used in the episode are royalty-free. Credits can be found in the episode description. Please review us on whatever podcast listening app you happen to be using, and if you like us, tell other people. Word by mouth is best way for us to grow. Thank you for joining us. Eolus guide you.